welcome back to Ram Talks, our weekly after show after Ram TV. I'm Ray again, that's Aaron, that's Matt. Ram TV, it's an abbreviation of all three main hosts. It's R is for me, Ray.
The A does in fact stand for my name, Aaron.
Well, apart from being my, the first initial of my first name, I put the M because I bring what everyone else brings to the table. Aaron brings all his video game knowledge, Ray brings all his tech knowledge, and I bring all my movie knowledge.
We both have a passion for very niche genres in journalism that's not really covered by our classes, so we wanted to expand our portfolio into more on-camera work and all that. So I was like the first one he called to be considered for the tech portion of what was an untitled Aaron Brogan project, because this is actually for his independent study.
I focus more on the video game portion of news. That doesn't just strictly mean necessarily just the video game. Sometimes it's the product video game, sometimes it's the developer. For example, we covered when Lionhead Studios closed, and we didn't just talk about Fable Legends shutting down, we actually talked about the fact that Lionhead Studios was shutting down. So that's really what I kind of bring to Ram TV. Last week's event summoned Titan, shaking the earth with a whole lot of announcements. First, an official release date for Final Fantasy 15. It's September 30th. It's coming this year, and it's coming fast. So I brought in a friend of mine, Matt Heine. Him and I for years have been talking about doing some kind of YouTube show where we talk about video games, nerd culture. So I brought him on board. He does a lot of writing for comic books. He's created his own. So I figured inviting him in to actually do some of the nerd culture stuff would be a good idea.
It's basically an anthropomorphic, which is like animalistic setting, taken with a lot of Japanese and Chinese mythology and fantasy. It's about a young warrior who embarks on a quest of righteousness, shall we say, to become the leader that his people have been searching for this whole time. I've lived on TV since I was a young kid, so I don't just follow what shows are going on or what movies are playing. I look deeper inside that. I look who's going to be in it, who's directing it, who's writing it, producing it. How are they following the direction? Is it going to follow the format I came from, or is it going to go in an entirely new direction? Because those are key things that people need to know and they need to focus on. And I try to get that out to people so they know what they're watching, just not on face value.
Let's start things off today with Game of Thrones.
Okay.
We're gonna start spoilers real early.
Yeah.
Right now.
Real early. Walter, if you're up there, come back in about 15 minutes.
So I invited Ray into the project. He is incredibly knowledgeable when it comes to technology, lives in that world, and admittedly it's just one I don't understand as well as I'd like to. It's one I'm constantly researching on, and I think I kind of found a good story, and then Ray starts talking, and I'm like, well, I don't know what you're saying anymore.
And this was the perfect opportunity for us. Of course, we get to use the set, we get to use the control room, use the microphones, and have like a legit show. And yes, there's a lot of YouTube shows that start in someone's living room, but to get our start in a studio, that's really cool.
Okay, who's the most difficult opponent you've ever faced? You ever come across anyone who's like famous within the Tekken realm? Or I would actually like to keep Ram TV alive in the respect that we can actually build the audience, build the brand, and make a full career out of it. I'd like to see Ram TV become a YouTube household, if you will. I'd like to see the fact that we can merchandise or brand ourselves out. Subscribe to our other social media below to keep up to date with Ram TV.
Remember to like, subscribe, share, and check back next week to keep up to date with your video game, tech, and nerd culture news.
Be sure to leave comments below and let us know what you want to hear about. Do you Ram?